I'll clean that out. I see that the trim needs to be pushed up on that side. And if those were dirty, I would wipe those out too, and do all that. I know I've got some more paint touch up in here. I've cleaned the mirror before, but I'll still have to come in here, clean the sink, make sure the sink is draining properly, make sure it's not clogged up or anything like that. Okay, so there's really not a whole lot of things on the first floor here, but another thing I wanted to do was I wanted to take this old trim out of here, this vinyl stop, and I got some new trim, and believe it or not, they've got at least 3 colors of white at the store. Okay, see this? I'm gonna put that in there. I'm gonna cut it, put it in, and probably make a video of that, and that way it'll look all nice and fresh, because I noticed this had a nice little rip down here. And when they painted this door years ago, when they painted this, whoever painted the exterior of the doors, you can see this line along the edge of the door. See this? Look at that. I did that on all of them because the tenant probably wasn't here, the owner wasn't here, and they thought, oh, we can still do that. We don't need to come in here. We'll just be real careful and we'll just paint right up to there. Really? That's how you're gonna do that? You're gonna leave it like that forevermore? And I could also tell on the trim, you can see the red on here. See there? Look at that. And so I'm gonna kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm not gonna have that on there. I'm not gonna have this on there and anything like that. That's all gonna be fresh. This is white on the outside, right? And so I've got to put that trim in. Okay? Another something I need to do. And I'm probably when I do the painting, I'm probably going to repaint this casing, because when I initially did all the painting in here, I thought, oh, I'll do this later. I'll take the door off. I'll take that off before. And if I do end up painting that, if I had already installed the new, I'd only paint from here to there. When I painted all the other doors and frames, when I painted the white on all the other doors and all the trim work and the baseboard and all that kind of stuff, I painted this edge from here to about there already. So when I painted this new paint on the wall, I cut in right here all nice, because I don't like cutting in this little bit of trim. So if I do paint this, I'm going to paint from here over, and I think I might do that after I pull this off, and then I can paint up to that edge, let that dry, and then install the brand new, which then means we're into winter, which then means for me to do it the proper way would be to pop this door off the hinges, take the hinges, take the hinges off, just unscrew the hinge, and then this will be off. Then I can just paint that. Now I might do that, but if it gets too cold, if I decide not to do that, maybe I just paint the trim. Okay, so I still have to think about that, because I wouldn't paint this door. I don't even know what color white this is. There's 50 different colors of white, and whatever paint that I put on white on this, it's not going to be exactly this. So it's not like I can touch anything up on this. I wish I could, but I won't be able to. Okay, I tried to clean that off, but it would just make this door casing a little bit nicer. Seems as though it's right here at the front door. So I'll be contemplating that. Okay, and so I've got to do that. Okay, the other thing I have to do, this door here, this is the exterior door, I call it, from the condo, and it goes out into the garage. Okay, well I initially installed new hinges, new handles on here. This is a standard hinge here. This is a spring-loaded hinge at the top, spring-loaded hinge at the bottom, and that's required. And the old door had spring-loaded hinges top and bottom, but they were brass, and Mommy wanted everything nickel finish. That's why when I repainted everything, we did nickel finish hinges, nickel finish handles, nickel finish on the strike plates, nickel finish on the hardware, the toilet paper holder, That's not necessarily the nickel finish, but it's stainless. It's stainless steel. So I've either got stainless steel or nickel. Okay, you go in here and stainless steel, nickel finish handles, nickel finish trim, nickel finish ceiling fan. You see where we're going with this? Nickel finish handles. Over here, you always got a little bit of a theme going on. So that's why we ended up changing, and these are spring-loaded hinges, so I still have to put the pins in. I still have to tighten the spring action on there because this is a fire-rated door. It's a 20-minute label door, and the frame is 20-minute label. You look on the metal labels, and it will say what they are, and that's why you have to have the spring-loaded hinges, and you have to have the smoke seal, and you have to have a seal at the bottom, and all that. That I did from before. Okay, so I still have to do that. And then in the garage, I'm going to repaint this. This was the old ceiling. This was the old color of the condo and everything. And I thought, well, I got enough paint, or I've got close to enough paint. Okay, I've got ceiling paint, I've got wall paint, I've got semi-gloss for the bathroom paint, and all that. And I thought, why not freshen this up? And so I'm going to paint the ceiling white, just like I did inside the condo. The entire condo was this color tan. Tan ceilings, tan walls, everything was tan. And so because I'm going to change the ceiling with white, I've got 2 coats up here of white, and then I'm going to do, I'm not going to do white in the garage. I'm going to do the gray. This is called Double Click from the Home Depot, and it turns out really good. So I took the little trim off. That there was a holder there for brooms and that kind of stuff. I'll take the cover plates off and stuff, and then I'll repaint the garage. So I still have to do that. And years ago, Mommy wanted me to install this insulation. I've got it on my videos too under Condo Rehab. We installed insulation on these panels to keep the garage a little bit warmer. Mommy wanted that. She thought initially there was no insulation up in the ceiling, which goes up into the next bedroom, and that bedroom always stayed cold. I bet her dimes to donuts that there's probably insulation in here. I could have drilled a little hole and poked a little wire up there and showed her, yes, it's hitting insulation or whatever. To appease her, okay, fine. I'll install this stuff for you, okay? So I'm just going to leave it on here for the next owner. I don't know what they're going to use the garage for. It's a really small garage. They may just store stuff in here. They might want it warmer. That is, they might like the idea. And so the last people who were here, they had stuff stacked up. This holds the middle, these little round snaps. And of course, they're gone over here. And when you open and close the garage after a while, this is what happens even if you cut this long to have it fit up in there. Okay, it just over time this is going to happen. So I've got to reposition this a little bit, push it in there. I've got some tape here, and I just used my shipping tape. I just use shipping tape like that. And you could use white duct tape. They have white duct tape. I could have used that in here, but I just used the clear. I've got clear on the sides. I ran this long, and I put a piece of clear there. See, to make it all look nice. So I'll have to lift this up. In a couple areas I had clear. I put clear in the middle, but I just have to kind of fix some different areas. So I've got to fix that. I've got some more tabs for here. The one tab, I happen to have a couple extra that came with the package of that insulation stuff. We got that at the Home Depot too. And see, here's the little things that snap on there, see? Well, five of them were missing. I happen to have 4 left from when I installed it because we did this to the garage next door. So, and then I took one off. And so I was still short one. Well, they give you some white stuff to fix it. See, like this? Here's the extra pieces. And so what I did is I took one of these and went like that with the pencil, marked it, took my scissors, cut one, because I'm going to have one one short of those other clips because there's still 6. I got 5 there, and there's 6 that are missing. Okay, there was 5 that were missing. I took 1 off. Okay, so I got those 2, 3, 4, 5, and this last one. I'm just going to take this the tape stuff. I cut it round, and I'm going to put it right like. I'm just going to glue it up. I'm just going to tape it on there. This has tape on it. Okay, and so I still got to fix that. All right, I know I got to do that, and I'll probably have to wipe down the garage. I still have to clean a little bit. I've got a little bit more caulking left to do. I've already kind of done a precursor. Got the cobwebs down and stuff. I even took on the windows. I Windexed those, and then I also took a razor blade on both sides of that, cleaned all that kind of stuff up, got all the cobwebs down, and so I've got to paint this. Okay, then I've got to sweep that out and clean that out. Okay, so you with me so far? Have I shown you? I haven't really shown you much yet on getting this kind of ready, but can you see all these things? Once I do it, it's going to make the place look nicer. Now here's something else I have to do too. They have one light switch here that turns these lights off, okay? Then they have another light switch that turns these lights off right here, going out into the garage. And then they have another light switch to turn this off too. And somebody, there used to be another switch here. Well, somebody took it out and put a dimmer switch here. Before we moved in, this dimmer was here, so when you turn it on and off, it should be this button right here, okay? And so it works right now, but what happens is, and then here's a dimmer, and it dims, but what happens is, I think this is a 3-way dimmer, and so every once in a while, you get out of sequence. If you turn it off there, then maybe I can't turn it on here or turn it on here, and then I'm going back and forth, and then all of a sudden nothing works until I flip-flop back and forth. 5 minutes later, I finally get it in the right combination to get these to work again. Okay, so my thought is this is a 3-way switch. Well, when you have a switch in 3 different locations for lights like this one, that's called a four-way. Why they call that 4-way and not a 3-way, and why they call a 3-way when you only got 2 switches. If you only have to turn these lights on at 2 different locations, boom, boom, why would you call it a 3-way? That's only 2 different ways to turn lights on, right? But they call it a 3-way switch, okay? And if you have 3 different locations for the same area to turn that on, that's called a 4-way. Now, what I do not know is, do they have a 4-way switch at the hardware store, or do I get a 3-way switch and you just install it in tandem with the other 2 3-way switches, and then that makes it a 4-way switch per se? I'll find that out at the hardware store. So at the hardware store, I'd have to get a 3-way switch or a 4-way switch, and then I'll take this dimmer switch out, because I know dimmers, when they make dimmers, they do it for single pole, which is a switch for 1 location only, or you can make it a 3-way for 2 locations. I don't think you can make a dimmer switch for 4 ways. Now, somebody can prove me wrong. You send me a message and tell me, but I don't think there is. I'll find out at the hardware store, but I'm pretty sure this is a 3-way. So what I'm going to do is I'll take this out. I'll take this 3-way switch out, you know, after I turn the power up, and I'll install a standard 3-way switch or 4-way switch, whatever I have to do. And I think that's going to solve my problem here, that there's an intermittent type time when none of these lights will work, because there's a 3-way switch dimmer, a 3-way that is not designed to work at a 4-way or a standard 3-way or a 4-way position. Hopefully I'm explaining that to you properly, okay? So that's one thing I'm gonna have to look at and take care of. Hopefully I can get it fixed. Okay, if not, if I can't get it fixed, maybe I leave that 3-way dimmer switch in there and call it good and say, c'est la vie. But I think it's gonna work. So I'm gonna take that 3-way switch out, and then something else I have to do is, this handrail going up here has to be painted and refinished and stuff. But see, this was the old trim. It was bright brass on everything in the condo. Well, I've got some new nickel finished ones of these, so I'm going to change those out. But I'm going to repaint this. I've never repainted it before. The reason why I'm going to repaint it is because there's some nicks and gouges in them. You run your hand up here, see this nice ugly little gouge right there, and then when you reach your hand up there, I can feel there's a couple little other spots. Here's another little mark there, and this white is not the same as the other white. Okay, so I was always going to do that, and so that's something I'm going to have to take out into the garage, sand it, put some putty stuff on there, sand, paint it, prime it, paint it, and all that kind of stuff. Okay, when I do that, I'm going to repaint this top here. Somebody put a Coke can on here, and I tried cleaning it off, but this is indentated into the paint. Okay, so when I do the other white paint, I'll have to lightly sand that and paint that once, let that dry, and then lightly sand this just the top portion, paint that top portion. Now here's something else. I'm talking fast because I'm trying to get through this and not lose your attention. But before I do that, I remember that light fixture. You see that bottom section kind of tapered out this way. That's because the screws need to be checked. This thing needs to be going straight up and down. How this is coming out at an angle, it's supposed to be straight. Okay? It's supposed to be straight like these, but these just happen to be going horizontal. This one happens to be going vertical, and the bottom piece is angled too far. See? And so I've got to Mickey Mouse around with that, redo the set screws or something. I haven't even checked it yet. Another thing I found, I've got a three-way switch for this light and that light. That's controlled by this switch. I'm going to have to change my battery here. And this switch, okay? I'll be right back to explain that and finish this video. I still got some more stuff to tell you about up here, okay? Hang tight, be right back. Well, that's all I got for this time, but I'll be back with more videos.